channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Really appreciate it. So we're talking about the Ioniq that's behind me. The Ioniq 5. This is the N version, obviously more extreme. We do have a price, and it is 66,100. Oof, that's a lot of money. But considering what you're getting for that vehicle, to me, I feel like it's worth the price that they're asking for it. You're getting a high performance vehicle with a bunch of niceties. So if you're looking for a high performance vehicle, you should definitely consider this one if you have the coin for it. With all this craziness that's going on with interest rate and just a bunch of different things that are going on in the economy, obviously, feel like the car industry are in a downward spiral right now. No example like Tesla's, but still, these big companies already had all these plans out when it comes to these production vehicles, because all these vehicles have actually been like prototyped, or like the plans have already been made like 5 years ago or 5-10 years ago, that they're planned out. So they have to make these vehicles, because otherwise you're going to lose a ton of money if you don't put the vehicle out there and try to recoup some of that cash that you put out for it. It's an investment for the big companies like Hyundai, Kia. And to me, I feel like Hyundai, Kia is definitely going the right way when it comes to EVs. They're giving us a whole array of options. You have the Ioniq 5, and then you have what is that? Which one's that one called? The Ioniq 6. And then you're gonna have a little bit of smaller one than this one that's coming out soon too. So we have options when it comes to EVs. You're not locked in with one company that's making EVs like Tesla. And the more competition there are in the marketplace, that makes it great for us, the consumers, because we have choices. So, and we are living in a nation where we value choices. But anyway, let's go to the specifications. All right, so here we are. So it starts at 66,100. The new Ioniq 5N is the most expensive Hyundai in America. America! And I hope that it just comes in one trim. Like that's going to be the highest trim level. So you're going to have like the SEL, you have your limited, and then you're going to go up to the N version, which gives you all these niceties. Now, the only thing that I can kind of complain about is the redesign that's coming out for the 2025, just the base, Hyundai, not the performance version of this. Like they look like completely different vehicles inside and out. The one thing that I noticed here in the interior, comparing to the all-new 2025 Ioniq 5, the redesign, is this right here. This is completely, the interior is completely different than the new version that's coming out. I think this one is kind of based on last year's model. But the things that are different here are obviously like the seats. The seats are completely different, which is nice. You could always use your car seats in a performance vehicle, right? And the infotainment system is also different. I dig that whole black interior. I love it. I love the interior. Yes, I do. Comparing to just the base, the regular Ioniq 5, which has the white, it just doesn't mesh very well, but this one definitely meshes real nice. So it has different things for you to track. You can change your suspensions, your steerings, your ignition. You can change a bunch of different stuff. And this one also has like pedal shifting and fake sounds too. Drift modes. Some of those options I've already covered in another vehicle. If you want to go see it, maybe I will leave a time card on the top right corner or something like that. But anyway, so it comes with a 84 kilowatt battery pack that feeds a dual motor all-wheel drive system. The latter produces 601 horsepower, although an N grain boost function temporarily increases the output to 641 for the 10 seconds at a time. This setup enables the model to rocket to 60 miles per hour in a blink of an eye before hitting an electronic limiter top speed of 162. Oh yeah. EPA range remains a mystery at this point, but the car can go from 10% to 80% charge in 18 minutes when connected to a 350 kilowatt. And that was one of the the huge buying point for me was how fast the vehicle can charge when it's in the right atmosphere, I guess. If it's too cold, the vehicle's gonna take a long time. If it's too hot, it's gonna take a long time. But if it's just right, you can get those speeds. And it takes me about 10% to about 80% is what I usually charge my vehicle. I never charge it over 100% unless I'm going really far or traveling in a long distance. Then I charge it to about 100%. But once you go from like 80 to 100%, it goes extremely slow, regardless of what kind of vehicle you have. It just slows down when you're trying to charge it that much. I've seen a lot of people making this mistake where they're trying to charge the car to 100% when you're not supposed to. You want to keep it at like 80 or maybe even 90%, but I wouldn't recommend it. I just leave it at 80%, which the manufacturer suggests to do. But y'all do you. I'm not gonna judge. When it comes to the design, obviously I dig the whole wild style. I just fell in love with the vehicle when I first saw it. Not this version, but this version is nice, I'm not gonna lie. With that amount of power, I feel like I'm gonna be at the charging stations pretty often. So it's a double-edged sword. And another thing that we don't have here is the range and what kind of range that the vehicle is going to be getting. That's not information that we have right now, but maybe we'll have that real soon. Even from their website, it does not tell us roughly what kind of range this vehicle will get, but that's okay. You don't buy this vehicle for the range, right? You buy it for its performance prowess. 66,000 is a lot of coin, not gonna lie. With tax and all that stuff, you're looking at almost close to $80,000 for this vehicle. Close to it, if not $80, depending on the interest rate that you're able to get. And interest rates are pretty high right now too, but we'll see. But I do believe like just all electric vehicles in general, the prices are dipping like crazy. Like at one point you see Tesla selling a bunch of used Teslas. Well, not really Tesla, but what is that car company called? One of those rental companies was dumping their Tesla fleet, or at least their used one, and selling it for extremely low price. And obviously Tesla stock has been on a downward spiral right now. So it's a good time to buy. What goes up must come down. What's down must go up. That's just the nature of things. Anyway, I don't want to keep you guys here too long. As always, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next